triggering or cause discomfort, as they discuss intense struggles and challenging thoughts. When you notice any discomfort or tension in your body, take a break. This book is packed with information and stories that provide context for our shared experiences, which may be traumatic. Make sure to take a deep breath, get yourself a warm glass of water or tea, and get comfortable. By sharing these personal stories, we hope to highlight the intersectionalities and complexities of the Asian American experience. It is important to note that the Asian American community is incredibly diverse, and we acknowledge that it's not possible to capture all our unique experiences. However, we hope to offer a glimpse into many different Asian American experiences and show that everyone's journey with mental health is unique. We also hope that you will find common ground with some of the people who share their stories here, and that you will find comfort in knowing that you are not alone in your experiences. We acknowledge that collective awareness, terms, and definitions constantly change and evolve. By the time you read this, there may be updated or new terms, concepts, and definitions, and please know that we are also growing with you. We hope that in sharing these stories, we model vulnerability throughout the book. We hope this encourages you to begin the journey of being open and vulnerable with your own stories as well. 1. Unpacking our Asian American experiences. Being a fish out of water is tough, but that's how you evolve. Kumail Nanjiani. This is the start of our journey to embracing Asian American identity and trauma healing. We'll begin by defining the terminology we will be using throughout the book to create a foundation of shared language, which will help us to express our experiences. We will also share stories gathered from our community and from our own personal lives to illustrate how therapy has given us the tools to address experiences of challenge and trauma. Defining Asian American. What does it mean to be Asian American? What does it mean to be part of such a diverse identity that spans geography, ethnicity, culture, and even immigration status? How do we decide how to identify? And what does this identity mean to us? The classification of Asian American has had a long and complicated history in the United States. Today, it isn't just an ethnic identity, but a cultural, racial, and political one. To proudly say we are Asian American means embracing our own specific cultural heritages, including language, food, and tradition. As a racial identity, it also means acknowledging that our bodies are categorized and perceived in particular ways, especially under white supremacy and patriarchy, which often ignore our differences and diversity in favor of flattening stereotypes. And the Asian American experience isn't monolithic. Asian American includes fourth-generation Chinese Americans and recent Malaysian immigrants, Sansei Japanese Americans and refugees from Vietnam, Bhutan, and Myanmar, immigrants from Bangladesh, the Philippines, and Nepal, and many other groups. Though we share some things in common as Asian Americans, we also have a vast range of experiences that are reflected in our mental health and well-being and how we move through the world. So how do we talk about being Asian American? Geographically speaking, Asia comprises more than 48 countries and over 2,300 spoken languages. There are 350 different ethnic groups in Southeast Asia alone. As a result, the Asian diaspora is perhaps one of the most complex interethnic and intercultural groups in the world. We have ethnic bodies with identities tied to countries, languages, geographical locations, bloodlines, religion, and more living all over the world. For example, there are ethnic groups, like the Hmong people, who do not identify with a specific nation and live in different regions including South China, Laos, Vietnam, and the U.S. One's nationality doesn't always equate to one's ethnicity, and one's ethnicity doesn't necessarily define the entirety of one's culture. Even within one country, a multitude of languages are spoken and religions are practiced, and specificities of geography, climate, and resources contribute to widely differing cultures. Due to this diversity, there are a lot of different terms describing Asian, Asian American, and Pacific Islander subcultures, and it becomes even more complicated when we consider how the diasporic experience comes into it. To learn how these terms came into existence in the U.S., let's look back at our history. Beginning in 1860,